The first person I'd like to introduce is really a treasured friend, even though I've only begun to know him. Peter Thum you probably know as a co-founder of Ethos Water, which was sold to Starbucks. He's also founder of Fonderie 47 and Liberty United. If you actually see in the back corner there, some of you, you will see a man with an anvil and a hammer. Could we get some sound effects? Okay, so if you hear that, that is a wonderful hammer on an anvil that made beautiful bracelets like these. But it's not for me to tell his story. I introduce to all of you the wonderful treasure of a human on this planet, Peter Thum.
You can imagine the fear it strikes in the heart of a person who's addicted to PowerPoint when they say no PowerPoint. So, first of all, I'd like to say thank you to Jonah and to Rachel for inviting me to come speak to this group. It's an amazing group, and it's a rare opportunity to have someone else curate a room like this and then to get to stand in front of it and talk about your own experiences. As opposed to what I normally do, they actually ask me to talk about my experiences being a part of a conference, and most of the time at conferences I'm either in the hallway sort of hustling or doing what I'm doing right now, but about my own stuff. So it was interesting to reflect on the question about what it's like. You can't hear me? Okay, I think that's stand closer. So the short answer is that the team at NEXUS has an amazing group of friends. But they're different because they take their amazing friends and they get them together to make amazing things happen. And I think this room is a very good example of what that amazing possibility is all about. Because NEXUS is a great opportunity to meet wonderful people, to have happy accidents happen, and to take what you want to do with your life and make it happen along with and through other people who can help you. So when I came to NEXUS for the first time, it was actually by accident. I was here with Annette, but I was speaking at a conference in the sort of sad-looking building over there where they have a lot of these conferences, sort of you sit at a big table. And I was talking, and they said, well, this NEXUS group is coming as well, and we sort of intersected and collided with each other, and they said, hey, do you want to come to our conference? Sure, it looks great. And so I became an attendee by accident, and at that conference, I met two people who became very special in my life. One of them is John Kluge, who may be here. His business partner's over there. And Ruma Bose, who's sitting right there in front. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about that experience and those relationships. My grandfather was actually the mayor of the town where John grew up. And my grandfather and his father, John Kluge, knew each other. And we met each other actually at this conference after both of them had left this earth. And so it was very special for us to accidentally meet each other and find out that we had so much in common. A close friend of Ruma's is actually now my financial advisor. John and Ruma have actually also both become advisors to me, investors, introducers, friends of theirs have invested in my companies. They've helped me and I've helped them. Another friend from NEXUS, whose name I'm not going to mention because she likes to remain anonymous, she's also an investor. I met her at that conference as well, but I met her mostly through Michael and John. Together, this group of people have removed over 32,000 assault rifles from circulation in Africa over the last 4 years. Together, this group of people has provided water and sanitation, toilets, to thousands of school children in Kenya. Together, we've launched a program here in the United States recently to take guns and bullets off the streets and turn those into jewelry, which in turn fund anti-gun violence program here in American cities. Without NEXUS, I would be without 4 of the most important people in my professional and personal came out of meeting young kids in Africa at Ethos Water Projects who are armed with assault rifles and thinking, how can it be possible to invest in water and sanitation programs and expect that to be secure when a 12-year-old has an AK-47? And so the question became, how do you do something to take this incredibly complicated problem and turn it into something beautiful that people can get beyond their own self-doubt related to that and believe in the idea of a solution? So each piece that we make, like this ring, bears the serial number of an AK-47 that we've destroyed in Africa and is actually made out of the metal of the original gun, plus in some cases, in this case, 18-karat gold. Over the past few years, we've been lucky enough to work with some of the world's best designers. At the beginning, no one would work with us, and now we have an incredible roster of people, and that's because we had fortitude and we had great friends. This ring itself took 75 guns out of Africa, and I'm really proud of the jewelry that we've been able to make. This, in fact, mainly because people told us we couldn't, and the outcome has been really remarkable. And the watches that we produced in Switzerland against all the odds, and no one said we could make, and everyone said no one would ever work with you, but we actually we've sold our first watch and we're delivering it in about a month to a very famous man. We've made progress on that front, and now we've decided to work here in the United States, in large part because my wife said I want to work here in the United States. We have a little girl, and she was the impetus for thinking much more domestically about the issues. So our profits fund programs to reduce violence in American cities. We've partnered with Philadelphia, Syracuse, New York, and Newburgh, New York, and we're expanding. So if you run a city, please come and see me afterwards. But a city with gun violence. We all have a little bit of gun violence here in the United States, but some cities have much bigger problems than others. If you're interested in this jewelry, the first line that we launched is called the Railroad Spike Collection, fashioned after the 1869 Golden Railroad Spike, which was driven to unite our country. We thought it would be interesting to turn guns and bullets into something that was about metal uniting the country instead of dividing it. And you can get these pieces actually personalized, made for you, whatever you want. Mine says Esme Sisu, which is my daughter's name on it. But right back there, Zach is from Giles & Brother, the company that makes these for Philip Cranji, and he'll be stamping pieces, and if you want one, you can get one. To go back to NEXUS, though, this is a bit of my experience. To go back to NEXUS, I can only suggest to you that you meet people here and have very deep, open conversations about what you want to do with your life. And if you haven't decided yet what you want your life to be about, beyond the rudimentary, personal, close things with your family, or beyond conquering something in business, this is a good place to start talking about that with people, because that's why people are here. That's why you've been convened, and that's certainly what the conveners would like to come out of this. So I hope you have a great time here. I hope you have a wonderful time making friends, having wonderful experiences that you didn't expect, and that those new friends that you meet, that you all go forth and prosper and make a better world after this meeting. Thank you very much.